go. Don't need that. Okay. Figured out what it was doing. So, because since we're streaming on YouTube, also. Is that a turbo? Is there a turbo in this engine? Sounds like there is. Isn't that? Yeah, it's on. So why isn't it showing up? That's weird. Okay, so I guess what we're gonna have to do, quit the game real quick. And then we'll quit Trucky. Restart Trucky. Do that and that. Okay, as you can see, we're using 33 mods. If anybody needs help putting them in the right order, let me know. But if you're a member of the Discord, you should already have them in the correct order. Okay. Now let's do this again. There we go. Scania R. That's what we're using right here. Oh. Scania dealer. Why is there a trailer just sitting there? It's not mine, I know that. I don't have any white trailers. I am in Valencia, Spain. So, before I go too much further, to host Convoy. Wow, not very often that you actually see where it's actually processing all the mods. And if anybody's, oh, we don't have that up there, but we do have a follower goal of 350. But we have a bit. Our bit goal is we have 432 of 1,000 bits. Come on, don't crash. There we go. And we have 4 subscribers so far. We're trying to get to 10. The thing is, if we can, I've said it plenty of times, if we can average like between 6 and 10 subscribers a month, then we can actually do with less ads. I'm not going to do away with the ads, just have less ads. Parking brake. Okay, so let's find ourselves a job here. Ooh, camper vans. Going up to Estonia. Right? Yep. 3,594 kilometers. I'm gonna take the camper vans. 65 kilometers away. lowers it and lets it off. Stop doing that. If it can. Of course, this is a new truck, so. But if it keeps doing it, we'll go into the thing and change out the transmission. Yeah, that will change out the engine, one of the two. There is our load right there. stuff. Oh, excuse me, the fuel or the diesel. Blowing through diesel like it's going out of style, man. For today, and then on the next stream that we do on ETS2, we'll go back to our DAF. Either that, or we'll have enough money to build another vehicle and we'll drive that. I don't know which. We'll see how it goes. Oh, we're getting 194,000. Yeah, so we should have enough money to build our next truck by the end of the stream easily. This truck here, to build out, it's like 279,000 or something like that, euros. So, this is a Scania. And if anybody wants to see the build out of this truck here, it will be posted on Monday. At midnight. That way we don't have to worry about special time. As soon as it becomes Monday, YouTube should post it and people can begin to watch it. And if you have any comments for any of the videos that are posted on my channel on YouTube, don't forget to leave them. Hey? Every polite comment will be read, and if there's a question, it'll be answered. If I know the answer, I will give you an answer. If I don't, then I'll say I don't know, and should be open. And if you want to join the convoy, you are already my friend on Steam. You should have no problems joining. If you're not, send me a friend request. Let me know in chat that you did. And I will accept it, and shifting, you have to let off the gas for it to shift. And so that's why you hear the blow-off valve. It's letting the pressure that was built up in the turbo, or from the turbo, excuse me. It's letting it out so that you don't destroy the engine. Because if you did it enough and you build up enough pressure in the engine, you just blow the damn engine up. You also have what is called a bypass valve in the system, because if you didn't, you would have the same basic thing. Because the turbo is always, I think it's always spinning. So you would have continued pressure built up, and if you didn't have a bypass valve, the pressure would build up just like letting off and not letting the pressure out, because you're trying to maintain a certain amount of PSI so that you don't blow the engine apart. so far. And we're not even close to being done with this job. Matter of fact, it might be our only job of the day because this job here is 3,500 kilometers. And it's that's why we're getting almost 195,000 euros, excuse me, 195 euros, yeah. No, that wouldn't be worth taking the job if it was only 195 euros. Because you'd spend more of that in gas, or diesel in this case. You wouldn't be able to afford to fill your tank, or tanks. we'll see what happens with that. By the way, if anybody wants to know what we're toting, it's down in the little corner right below that, or excuse me, at the bottom of the game. All the information that you need to know is down there. What we're hauling, where we're going, where we came from. What time we're going to be at our destination. All that type of stuff. Even what we're driving. About the only thing that is not down in the thing is what that noise is. That is either the blow-off valve or the bypass valve opening and closing. Because every once in a while you hear the truck hit the gas because it's going below the set speed for the cruise control. Because the speed limit is 90 kilometers per hour, I have set the cruise at 90. So therefore it's trying to maintain 90 going up hills and all that type of stuff. I do not know if the jake brake is turned on. My guess is probably not. Let's see. Jake brake. I don't see a light for it. What the heck? What? The button for the jake brake turns off the cruise. Why? Hold on, we gotta do something here. Hold on. Something is screwy here. We have got to see something here. Let's see. Keys and buttons. Where is it? Engine brake toggle. Oh, it is not. Engine brake is B. That's why it is shutting off the jake brake. Let's see what we got here. You want this one right here. It is B, not the other one. Okay. yeah. Okay, just wanted to make sure. Oops. Let's see what we got here. 26, 28 for distance left to our destination. We have 2.5 hours left until we get to our destination. Let's see. That's so weird. Oh, it's raining now too. Oops. As long as I've been playing this game, I've only had one problem with the game. One of my original profile in this game got corrupted. And it would not load anymore, no matter what I did. Because I removed all of the mods and it still didn't load. Profile is so low. I used to have about a couple of $1 million before the other profile screwed up. Matter of fact, for the people who are saying, oh, it's because of the mods, well, guess what? We're actually running more mods on this profile than we ever did on the other one. Different this one? Oh, it doesn't really matter. $47. brings up our fuel gauge. Oops. Why did he get back in already? He hasn't finished fueling. That is so weird. He got back in before he was done fueling. Excuse me. some Euro Truck Simulator. I think we're currently driving through, actually we're driving through the Czech Republic right now. Oh well. Okay, well, it's only off by about a couple of minutes. Oh, okay. Sad. Oh. Yeah, got quite a ways to go. We started I'm headed to Haapsalu. I think I don't exactly know how to say that, but well, let's see in a second. Not exactly sure how to say a lot of these European places, but let's see. I'm gonna pull over for a second, anyways. He's got. Ooh. Oop, not that. Map. We are at way up there. Oh, it doesn't. That's weird. Okay. Not exactly sure exactly where that is, but. Oh man. So we started way down. Actually, we started in. Where is it? Started way down here in Valencia, Spain. And now we're going way up here to Haapsalu. And we are hauling camper vans right now. Let's see. Something like that. Oh, Estonia, excuse me. There we go. Headed to Estonia from Spain. Currently driving our Scania R. Sounds really good though. With its little turbo in it. Yeah. Some of the areas where we've driven through in game right now are because of a mod. I'm running a mod called Pro Mods, and Pro Mods adds probably pretty close to about 100 more cities to the map on top of all of the DLCs that you get. Plus some of the other mods that we're running give us the, I think, provide some of the engine and whatnot. Isn't there a mod that I believe there is. Yeah, I haven't found it, but there actually is a mod for ATS that is supposed to make the map 1-to-1 also. But oh man, I don't know what that would do to my graphics card if it maybe like about 30 mods in ATS, I was using about 15 gigs of RAM, of system RAM, not VRAM, but I was using probably pretty close to the full 6 gigs of VRAM on my graphics card. Because I'm only running a 1660 Super, hopefully soon to be running a 5060 Ti, but that's still a little ways out. Because the 5060 will give me 16 gigs of VRAM instead of 6. And hopefully be able to I don't know if some of my problems will go away. Yeah, definitely. Well, this card is 5 years old, and since I bought it in May of 2020, just before those prices went through the roof, and I've been shopping for a newer graphics card probably since then. Upgrading to a 5060 would allow me to go from 1080 to 1440 if I wanted to. But basically, if I did that, it'd be like a never-ending upgrade. Maybe, I don't know, it was back in, yeah, it's only been like 3 months since I upgraded from a 1600 to a 5600. And now we're going to be upgrading to a 5060 Ti, 16 gig hopefully. I have been basically building up my bank account in-game to start making some more videos on YouTube. So that I've been making truck build-out videos, building up the trucks in game, and got a few subscribers from that. But the biggest amount of content on my YouTube channel is actually streaming. I've been doing the multi-streaming to YouTube and Twitch, but honestly, thank you so much. Unfortunately, things don't always, the alerts don't always work for some reason, but yeah, I have a video on there of my button layout and my slight problem with that. It's people skip around to parts of the video. They don't watch the whole video, so there's not a whole heck of a lot of watch hours on that video. Out of the 360 views, it's only got maybe like 11 or 12 hours of watch time. But hey, I'm a little tiny channel on YouTube. Little tiny channel in a really niche part of YouTube also. Actually, some of my truck build-out videos have got over 100 views also. The thing about those videos is people also repeat watch it. Yeah, that too. Well, thing is, when a lot of my streams were posted on YouTube, there was always one keyword that everybody was looking up. Well, actually, it wasn't keyword, it was a key thing that they were looking up. They're always looking up the G923 wheel that I use. Always seemed to be the thing that brought everybody to that video. So I finally broke down and made that video, and I think the one thing that might be killing the watch time on that video is the fact that the wheel itself is not hooked up when I'm actually talking about the settings. So it shows up as the device is missing, so therefore people can't actually see some of the stuff, but I don't know. Some of the other channels that I follow, I know there are some people that play some of the trucking games. But I think the one thing that kind of kills my views sometimes on streaming is the fact that I play modded, and people think of modding as cheating in some cases, but hey. Yeah, I have a if you go onto Steam, and you go into the workshop, you click on browse, and then you go, well, excuse me, workshop, ATS, browse, or American Truck Simulator, browse, and then you click under collections. I have a collection of mods that I use. And we have some third-party mods too that are not listed there, but other than that, I have most of my mods listed in the collections part of the Steam Workshop. But the one thing that doesn't help is that it doesn't tell you the order that all the mods have to be in order to work properly. Unfortunately, the only way to find that out is to be a member of my Discord. My Discord has screenshots of all of the order of all the mods that I'm using, and it also has screenshots of, well, actually, excuse me, it has the links for all of the third-party mods that we're using too. Because the one thing that is probably never ending is the updating of the third-party mods, and sometimes you have to remove the Steam Workshop mods because some of them are not always updated in a timely manner. Some of them have to be taken out and put back in at a different time. But I mean, if anybody ever wants to Convoy, let me know. The only time I would probably turn people away from convoying is if you have more than 8 people. Unfortunately, we're still limited to 8 people. I mean, Truckin does have a dedicated server that allows for up to 128 people, but I don't have the best. I don't have the most love for Truckin at times because of the fact that, it might not be Truckin, it might just be the streaming software. I don't know exactly what it is, but there is a problem sometimes when I load Truckin and while I'm streaming, and it doesn't always pop up in-game. But usually that's only when I'm streaming that happens, so who knows what the exact cause of it is. I have a feeling that it's something to do. The thing is, it's not from the streaming software, because, well, it could be actually, because both Streamlabs and Stream Elements are both OBS based, so it could be something in the coding someplace of that doesn't like Truckin that much. So almost every time I've streamed using Truckin, I have to restart the game, restart Truckin, and then finally it shows up on stream. But I mean, since I only have to do it like once per stream, don't have to worry about that too bad. I've gotten all my third-party mods except for Pro Mods, of course. Pro Mods you have to get from their own website. But I don't use Pro Mods on ATS because it doesn't really give you that much. It gives you maybe 5 or 6 cities in Canada, and that's it. I mean, it's been going since what, 1.4 something, maybe even before then, and they still have not expanded their reach into Canada. I think they go as far as like Kamloops or something like that in British Columbia, and that's it. But I'm using a mod called East Meets Mid North, I think it is, and it gives you a lot more cities on the map, and it also gives you a lot more of Canada. And of course, another mod called Western Canada gives you basically all the stuff that Pro Mods gives you. Except for you don't need to download a whole bunch of different files to make it work. You just need to download one. Man, this thing sounds really good. Sound like it has a diesel in it. I mean, when it's just idling, it sounds like a diesel, but when you got your foot in it, it doesn't sound like a diesel. But this truck has side exhaust pipes. It doesn't have the stacks like most of the American trucks have. It has triple exhaust tips coming out of the sides of the truck. This truck has a bull bar on it because if it didn't, you'd get a lot more damage than what I've got. Yeah. I've done cross country in ATS a few times. From Colville, Washington to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I've even gone to Key West. And if you use a mod called Reforma lets you go down all the way down into Mexico. people from doing the coast to coast mod is that it requires you to have all of the state DLCs to use it. But I mean it, honestly. A lot of people that play ATS, a lot of people get the DLCs when they come out, so it's not like it's a big deal. And lately, with some of the stuff that they've been talking about on their stream, or if you look at their store page, they've been talking about Ford and Dodge DLCs, about bringing their cars and trucks and stuff into the game. I don't know if we're going to be able to drive them. I would assume so, but and ETS 2, they're talking about bringing there's going to be a bus DLC sometime. I don't know when, but so you're going to be able to drive buses in the game. I mean, you can already with a mod, but for the people who don't want to use mods, you can. I think the one thing that a lot of people are looking forward to is once it is getting the game finally done, and yeah, it's amazing that the size of their team at SCS. I think the last time Pavel was on stream, he said that they had something like 380 people working there. And he said that the building that they're currently in can hold up to 400 people. Trying to get, I don't know if the game has been upgraded to DirectX 12 yet. They were talking about it at one time, but they said the last time I heard is that they didn't convert it over to DirectX 12 because some sort of a problem that they were having, so they stuck with 11. SCRY. To set off everybody's Apple thing. And Certibot takes care of, basically what it takes care of is basically just the people that come into your channel and they do those stupid things where you buy viewers or you buy followers, all that crap. It takes care of that. It's basically what I got it for. And it's, last time I checked it, it's been around since like 2015, so it's been around quite a while. Yeah, I think that's what it said anyways. Been around for quite a while though. 861 kilometers to go. Gee. Of course, if I wanted to, during one ATS stream, oops. Oh well, they're saying I ran it. Oh well. I went past the other line. That's why they're saying I ran it. Oh, yeah, this is gonna be fun. There we go. That light pole back there made it so much fun. Yeah, we are... Hear how nice that sounds. There was a way to adjust the transmission. I mean, there sort of is, but you have to switch between the different transmissions because they have different RPM ranges. But I know I have my high beams on there, okay? So therefore it doesn't automatically shut off. And with Europe and their roundabouts, zones. Gotta slow myself down a little bit. not so much the automatic, it's the cruise control. Oops. Oh. Oh well. Oh, so it's doing 53 here, that's why. There. Okay. Man. I don't know if... Well, I mean, the way that the overlay is done, I'd been thinking about doing that for quite a while, and then one day I just did it. Took me a few minutes to set everything up. The hardest part about about two of the things on my overlay is that the ticket counter and the accident counter are both through Stream Elements, and OBS had a hard time getting in sync so that the counter would show up on the screen. Oops. Oh. Okay. I'm not supposed to be on this road, because according to the map, it's not even there. Okay. That's why it said updating. Okay. I didn't realize that. doesn't make that sound. It makes more of the whistling sound. But I think this is more of a Cummins, where the one in ATS is a Caterpillar, so two different engine manufacturers. So I guess that probably has something to do with the difference in the sound. Of course, it could also be the sound that the person copied for the sound of the engine too. I would think that would be probably one of the hardest parts of creating an engine mod, is trying to get the sounds to be timed just right, so that when the person hits the gas, you hear that sound. Insane to think that we've already gone over 2,600 kilometers. This truck only has a 12 plus 2. Speed transmission. Or the DAF that I normally drive in-game has a 16 speed. Lithuania.
1
supposed to cook your car. You're supposed to cook food, not your car. I mean, people do cook food on their engine, but you're not supposed to cook yourself in the car. Barbecue. Ew, man, that sounds nasty. I mean, we do have 4% damage, but that shouldn't. Okay, well, have fun. Yeah, nice having you in chat. Thanks for the conversation. Yep. Keeping track of it. Actually, I think I've probably down 2 on my accidents today, but yeah, I'm not always 100% on the accident counter. Sometimes we miss a few. Yeah, there is a convoy open. Yep, CT Botman the second, because CT Botman the first is not being for some weird reason, the ID is not being allowed to be logged in completely. The two-factor authentication on CT Botman is, for some reason, it says that they're sending the code to put in via email, but the email never gets there. So CT Botman the second became a thing. He's special. He's the second. Bullied my way in there. I'm bigger than you are. want to see ads, there's two ways to do it. You can either subscribe, or you can do turbo. Turbo is probably the overall more cost-effective way to do it. But from the streamer's perspective, subscribing is better, but for the people viewing you, Twitch Turbo is actually better for them, because if they watch a whole bunch of people, Turbo gets rid of all the ads on all the channels you watch, not just this one, where subscribing gets rid of the ads on this channel, and that's it. If you wanted to help out the streamer and still have turbo, you could do bits. Because 1 bit equals 1 cent. Honestly though, Twitch makes even more money when you buy bits. Because when you buy 100, I don't know if it's still that way, but it used to be, when you bought 100 bits, you paid $1.40 for those bits. So Twitch gets that 40 cents that you pay extra. That's basically where Twitch makes their money. For bits anyways, is when you purchase them. Of course, they also make money every time you do the gigantifying emotes and stuff like that. And they also make money on when you use their Twitch sound alerts. They make 20% off that too. When you do the gigantifying emotes. Anything that's not, let's put it this way, anything that is not cheering, they make money off of. At least from the bits department anyways. Bet if you wait long enough, Twitch will start taking 20% of the cheers too. cruise will slow me down so that I don't run into the back end of them. Estonia before too long. Okay, we're in Latvia right now. Subscriber on YouTube. Most of the time, the views that I get on my, well, let's just say that the views, the streams that only have one view is from me. Left, supposedly, on the that's what our range is left on our fuel supply right now. Yeah, I think it was been quite a while since he was last in here. Fortunately. Twitch doesn't keep track of that, so that's a good thing. definitely sounds more like a Harley when it accelerates, almost. Except for maybe it's got some of the baffle still in it. See, right there it sounds more like a motorcycle. I don't know if I've ever heard of a turbo on a motorcycle before. So stinking small because of the cubic inches of a motorcycle engine. it's an IRL time versus in-game. We're about a little over 2.5 hours away from our destination in-game time. We're gonna have a little over 400,000 in euros when we get done with this job here, because we have 215,000 and we're getting 194,000 for this, assuming that there's no damage to the cargo. I mean, there's 4% damage to the truck, so I highly doubt that there's any damage to the load. I mean, even if there's any damage to the trailer, they don't care about that. They care about the stuff inside the trailer. They could care less about the trailer itself. Couldn't care less. Oops, we're supposed to be doing 53 here. Doing just slightly over 50. Oh, now we can do 80, of course. I slow down, so the speed limit goes back up, of course. Now we're going to be crossing another border. That must be the European Union flag. Yep, we're in Estonia. 139 kilometers left. We went roughly about 200 kilometers through Latvia. Thankfully that ambulance stopped. I noticed they don't have a lot of stop signs in this game. Most of them are yield signs. We started in Valencia, Spain, and now we are in Estonia. Just put a few kilometers out today. This truck here will have only the kilometers that we have driven today on it, because this truck here was created yesterday in a video that is going to be posted on Monday. Of fuel in this game right now is really good. I think the most I've paid for fuel, I think is like $2.06. Fueled up, pay 160, I think it was. Shut up, stomach. Ate about 4 hours ago, so that's probably why. Oh, we can do 90 through here? Bet your life we're gonna try to do it. We're gonna try to do it. Yep. 94 kilometers to go. Like the hardest part about playing both games is actually remembering that in one game you're using miles per hour and the other one you're using kilometers per hour. I mean, besides the when you go to the UK, remembering to drive on the correct side of the road, but I mean, in this game, there's so many more places that you can go to that you don't have to worry about that, so that's probably why I don't worry about it too much. Absolute. almost done with this job. We have 3 kilometers to go. We've driven over 3,500 kilometers today. In-game, of course. Oh, we found a recruitment agency. Woo! Sorry to say, but I really don't use the recruitment agencies that much. Not the specific ones, anyways. Thursday we actually had snowing day. Oh, nope, not gonna work. Hey, we got 90 XP for backing in our load. Ooh, shut up, stomach. You're not hungry. Hey, we made 556,000 euros in a week. Of course, we spent almost 280,000 with it already. Let's see. Company. Okay, we have 418,799 euros in our bank account, but a whole bunch of that's going to be missing because we are going to be making another truck soon. Okay, so until Tuesday, everybody have a good one, and I will, oops, see you on Tuesday. And if you haven't already, we have merch in our merch store, and the link just came up on stream. It's a fourth wall shop. I think if you type, let's see, is it, the link should be, yes it is, okay, good. Also, if you use the Spooktober one, it should give you there's an automatic promo code that is added to your order. Also, if you are a sub to the channel, you get a 15% discount, and that is before shipping. So, everybody, have a good one, and I will see you on Tuesday. We'll be playing some ATS, and of course, on Tuesdays we always play ATS modded, so like I said, until next time, everybody have a good one, and I'll see you on the next one.